A little bit of buzzkill for Toronto fans. The season's starting to spiral just a touch. Keep in mind, quarterfinal action on Wednesday. We got the Suns and the Thunder and the Spurs and Lakers. And of course, complete coverage. You can hang with us here on NBA TV for a fresh edition of the Post Up. When those games conclude, we will have complete reaction. But let's focus in on the San Antonio matchup. That's the second game on Wednesday against the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's the good news. Spurs have actually been playing some pretty good basketball without Wemby. The bad news is they're not going to have him for this matchup, unavailable for this game. And I have seen some really good moments from the big three now that LeBron is healthy in this Lakers squad. So, Rudy, you tell me, what kind of challenges do the Spurs present for the Lakers?
Youth, like Chris said earlier, youth, moving the ball, the whole Greg Popovich way, .5 basketball. And the fact that they have a balanced attack every night. They have Stephen Castleback, who has been a great defender, also a great distributor this year. And they just play really well together. Not to mention De'Aaron Fox is back this time. Was he there last time? I don't think he was there.
I don't think he played in that game.
I don't think he played in that game. A guy that can, light it up. So it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a game of styles, as they say.
Yeah, I definitely think a game of styles because even though the Lakers have the big three, they're slow around on the perimeter when it comes to playing defense. And that's what San Antonio has, speed and quickness. So it's going to be a contrast of styles. Who can impose their will?
Yeah, and look, there's some young athletes. We clearly know how this roster lines up from a Spurs perspective. They are fun to watch, even without Wemby, who's now missed 11 games. This will be game number 12. So just something to kind of keep in mind here. Meanwhile, we got a Lakers squad, big three. What's been standing out as you've been watching the Lakers now that LeBron's back in the fold?
I think, remember we were talking about when LeBron was out, people were saying, well, how is LeBron going to fit in with what Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic is doing? And I was telling people, listen, I had conversations with LeBron James. He was always waiting for this moment to be able to sit in the back seat and kind of contribute from that role. And we've seen that he's still able to be effective and still allow those guys to do what they do. And if you notice, even bringing the ball up, he is deferring to Austin and Luka and bringing the ball up. Even if he gets the inbound pass, he throws it off to Luka, allows him to come up and initiate the offense. So he's showing that he's a willing giver when it comes to being a complimentary piece.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers here in terms of the record, the points per game, field goal percentage, three-point percentage. I mean, this is pretty darn close here. Yeah. Rudy, I feel like just hearing you talk off air about the Spurs, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like you might lean their way in this matchup.
I'm definitely going with the Spurs. I think
definitely?
Yes, definitely going with the Spurs.
Whoa.
I think, like you said, the contrast of the way they play, it doesn't fit the way, it doesn't fit.
Styles make fights.
No, it doesn't favor the Lakers at all. So they're going to play fast, going to move the ball. They're going to have multiple defenders on their three guys, and they're going to be scrappy. That's something they've been all year.
That would definitely be an upset if that happened.
You think so?
Yes, it would. That would be an upset. I got the Lakers. I think the Lakers are going to win. I don't think it's going to be easy because of the reasons I mentioned earlier. But let's think about this for a minute. Think about the NBA setup. All right, Knicks are in. That's a really good team.
Yeah.
High-profile team. The Orlando Magic are in. A nice young squad,
Up
right?
and coming, yeah.
We're assuming OKC, the best team in the league, will be there. And then to have the Lakers. Let me tell you something. The in-season tournament is much greater in Vegas when the Lakers are one of the teams that is there. So if you can have OKC, the Lakers, the New York Knicks, and then a young team right there, that is a pretty good field. But now I know I'm jumping the gun. We got games to play, but that field looks like it's being set up to have a phenomenal outcome of teams. Yeah. And that has the potential to be probably the best four the NBA Cup has seen in the Final Four in Vegas to this point.
Yeah. There's some fans in Phoenix going, let's pump the brakes
That's
here.
why I say I'm jumping the gun. I'm just looking.
No,
I'm like,
but at the same time, I think we understand. I mean, this is historic what we're witnessing right now from a Thunder perspective. So I'd also say that the Suns are ahead of schedule meaningfully. Like, I don't know how many people would have anticipated a start like this sitting at 14-10. What would a win for Phoenix mean for not just these players, but the franchise?
This is a season where we all thought they were just going to flush down the toilet for the most part. Nobody knew they were going to have this kind of outcome. It gives the city hope.
Somebody got a plunger.
Well, yeah, or something happened. I don't know what it was, but they've been playing well together. They've been, even without Devin or Jalen Green, they've been playing well, man. And I don't know what it is. I don't know how they do it. They're scrappy. You have a guy like Royce O'Neal that'll go out there and just do all the dirty work. It's just they're fun to watch. Dylan Brooks has been playing great. He's been carrying them while those guys have been out. And also a win, when your team is winning, it might motivate Devin Booker to get out there a little quicker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Play through some of those injuries, because I know he's a gamer and I know he wants to be out there with his team. But the closer they get to that cup, maybe I want to make him want to get back out there.
Do you think Chris? You were telling me about the juice around the cup and just how important it is for a lot of these players. They get excited about it. From a Thunder perspective, most wins we might see ever in a single season. Already the defending champs could win it again.
Yeah.
How much of a triple check, and this would be check number one in that process, how big is this for guys like SGA and the rest of the Thunder?
They want to win every single game. Shea has said that. So whatever game is ahead of them, that's the most important game of the season. And that's going to be the case with this in-season tournament at the NBA Cup, if they happen to make it to Vegas. But also, remember, we're a couple of years into the NBA Cup. There has yet to be a team that has won the NBA Cup championship and then won the NBA Finals championship. So there can be some history made if OKC or any other team is able to do that, win the NBA Cup and then go on to win the NBA Finals. So there's motivation for OKC, even though the ultimate prize is in June. There's still motivation right now to accomplish something special.
Yeah, if anyone can do it, it's going to be this team, because they've been winning.
And they want to. They want to.
Yeah.
They want to.
They
Young, hungry guys. They want to.
You told me a little bit early on the association, Booker plays, you like them. I've given you some time to sort of sit back.
No.
have some
I'm not
food.
changing. I'm not changing my mind.
Okay.
Not changing my mind. I think we talked about a lot, them running the table, doing all that stuff. I still think even if they lose to the Suns, that still kind of wakes them up and puts them on the path to do whatever they want to do. But I think if Devin Booker plays the way this team plays, they have a chance to beat them.
Chris, you're going to take a deep breath here, and you want to unload on why you think the Thunder are going to win?
Listen, we just showed, before we showed these highlights, the stats, comparable stats, Suns and OKC, and I'm looking at each stat category in the column, and I'm like, dang, I'm getting more discouraged as I look, because I'm trying to make a compelling case for Phoenix. But I don't see it. It is
too much numbers, man. You got to go off a feel. I'm going off a feel.
You going off a feel?
Yes.
Well, listen, I feel like it's going to be trouble for Phoenix. I feel that way because my eyes have seen something all season long, and they haven't changed. And there's nothing that's telling me anything otherwise that OKC is going to do anything different than dominate again. So it's tough. It's tough.
The evidence tells you that the Thunder should win.
But, again,
That's why they play the games.
that's why they play the game.
Yeah.
Come on.
They played 2 games on Tuesday. The best of the best to the quarterfinals. That's coming up next, as we also get you some reaction from Toronto after a Knicks win. Do know that these 2 teams will square off on Saturday. Keep in mind the other half of the bracket, Wednesday, we get 2 more great matchups with the Thunder and the Suns, and the Lakers and the Spurs, just in case you're wondering. No Wemby, and of course full analysis here on NBA TV as those games, those quarterfinal matchups finish up. Meanwhile, biggest takeaways that we saw on Tuesday, what stood out to you the most?
Orlando coming back from that deficit, taking Miami Heat's punch and coming back with the win.
That was a very tough loss for the Toronto Raptors. They took it hard. You want to know why? They want to see some sun. They want to see some sun.
I can attest to that.
There's a lot of sun in Vegas. There's a lot of sun in Vegas. So tough loss for them. But listen, they fell to a better team.
Yeah. Best individual performance that we saw, and there were some good choices there. Bane obviously had the big night. Jalen Brunson also played pretty well. You were impressed by some of the other role players that you saw from a Magic perspective. But is there a guy that you maybe were a little more impressed by?
I mean, it's only two answers for this one. I'm gonna leave one with you, but I'm gonna go with Desmond Bane first.
Okay. I mean, that's the math is, if there's 2 and you leave and you pick one, That means only one left. Yeah.
I mean, I'm giving you not much of a.
Which is nice.
Thank you
I'm throwing you the alley-oop.
I'll take that. Thank you. Yeah. And Brunson, listen, Brunson is a guy who I know personally, one of the most competitive guys we have in this league, and definitely he wants to see his team take home that NBA Cup for sure.
And a great opportunity, but do you need to handle business against the Orlando Magic? We'll see what comes out of the Western Conference. Meanwhile, we got more on the post-up. Chris has been on his phone because he's gathering information from his sources. Giannis, this has been a huge story. Does he stay? Does he go? The latest from that guy is coming up next here on the post-up.
Just under 2 to play. Huge possession for the Pistons.
On the move, came down. Oh! Dunked it! Woo! Oh, man.
Cade Cunningham was able to turn the corner. And once he did, he had his sights on nothing but dunking that basketball.
We're tied at 1:15. Single digits on the game clock. Giannis with Neesmith switched out on him. Giannis with the back down. The paint away.
Nice.
It's gone. With zeros on the clock. Giannis with the game winner.
The Greek Freak standing tall here in downtown Indianapolis.
Back here on the post-up, there have been a ton of rumors. Chris Haynes has been all over the potential future for Giannis in Milwaukee. You got an update on the story. What's the latest?
Yeah, with everything that's going on and people talking about his future, is he going to be traded? What's going to happen with him? You know, there was it's getting to the Bucks locker room, and I was told that Giannis addressed some of his teammates and explained to him, like, listen, the focus should be on basketball. Let's control that. Let's not allow outside noise, creep into our team dynamic. And he told, I was told the message is that, listen, he can't control what the front office decides to do with him. But as of right now, he's in with them. His main focus is to get healthy, and so he can get back, and try to make a push for this Buck squad. But apparently there's enough and a lot going on right now where he felt he needed to address some of his teammates. So he did that. We'll see how they counteract after that.
Is that the biggest catalyst, just the media perception and the constant chatter about his future there?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke with Giannis last week, and he told me he's not comfortable with the buzz and his name constantly being in rumors and knowing that it ultimately can be a distraction for his team. So he felt the need to address it.
What do you think is resonating in terms of the message from his teammates?
Well, I think the team is definitely seeing it. They see a lot of things on shows, and they never see individual players or how well they're doing. All they see is Giannis being traded. They probably are frustrated about that. But as far as them, they need to worry about winning games. They don't have them.
Yep.
Someone needs to step up, and they need to do it fast.
Yeah, you were telling me a little bit earlier, next man up mentality, just guys goes down, still no excuse. You got to try to figure out some ways to get some wins. Keep in mind, quarterfinal action on Wednesday. 2 more games on Prime. We got the Suns and the Thunder, and then the San Antonio Spurs matching up against the Lakers. Keep in mind, no Wemby. We got complete post-game reaction after both of those games, 10 Eastern time, right here on NBA TV. Take care, guys.
And forget this, I want the 500.